So, Owen, Johnson, and Nick shared a sum of money. You have 3 persons sharing a sum of money. 2/5 of Owen's amount received was equal to 1/4 of Johnson's amount received. So, based on this sentence, I can draw a simple model already. Owen, remember I don't just write 0, I write OW, okay? And I have Johnson. So, 2/5 of Owen's amount. So, from here to here, it must be 2/5, right? Since it's 2/5, I cut into 2. Yes? Yeah. Was equals to 1/4, so I don't actually need to cut it. I'll just leave it like this. Because 1/4 is also 1 box, right? Right. Next. Nick received 1/3 as much as Johnson, so I have a third person. Nick, who received 1/3 as much as Johnson. That means it's roughly around here. That means Johnson, I need to cut. Correct? Okay. Now, I need to construct the one whole model. Since this is 2/5, I will need to draw out the other 3/5, right? Yeah, I'm going to slowly draw out the other 3/5. Now I get one whole. That means the total amount that Owen received. Followed by, since this portion is actually 1/4 of Johnson, right? I need to make it one whole. So, another 1/4, yes? Okay. Then, another 1/4. And the last 1/4. So far, okay? So we have one whole. Now I'm going to cut it. Okay? So, let's do the cutting. So I've got a one whole for Owen and one whole for Johnson. Okay, now Nick received 1/3 as much as Johnson. Okay, so I think I made a mistake regarding this model. Okay, yeah, because I didn't finish the question. So are you happy with the model so far? Okay, so now let's look at here. I have this portion and this portion, which you can see is 2 units, right? This is 3 parts. I want to make them equal. What must I do? Lowest common multiple. And what is the lowest common multiple? 6. Meaning I put 3 units here, right? And 2 units. So since you know 1 box for Johnson, one box for Owen is 3 units. You have 5 boxes. Total number of units equals to? So I write 15 units. This is the total for Owen. Now, in the case of Johnson, 1 box is 2 units. How many boxes do I have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So 12 boxes is how many units? 24 units. So I have 24 units for Johnson. Okay. Okay, now I can do the last part, which is Nick received 1/3 as much as Johnson, right? So 1/3 of 24 units is how many units? 8 units. So you know that Nick is 8 units. So I know that it's somewhere around here. Yes, correct. Okay, slightly is here, right? Because it's 8 units. Okay? Can? Any issue? Okay. Now, next part. If Owen gives 1/5 of his amount to Nick, Nick will have $165. Is it easy to do 1/5 of 8 units? Now, is it easy to do 1/5 of 15 units? It is, right? So 1/5 of 15 units is equals to 3 units, right? So that means this is the part that he needs to give away, right? Correct? Okay, this is the 3 units that he needs to give away. Now, when he gives 3 units to Nick, how many units does Nick have altogether, Jing Kai? 11 units. And 11 units equals to how much, Ryan? 165. So I have 11 units equals to $165. 1 unit equals to $15. Okay, now, how much money did Owen receive in terms of units, Amish? 15 units, right? So to find the answer, Jack, tell me. $15 times 15 units. Okay, equals to $225. Yeah, you have to mark it if you get it correct. If you are wrong, you just write down a correct answer and then go home and do your corrections. Please do not do now. Mark in red, yes. $225. Okay, let's do the next question. Okay, another question that we can solve easily by model drawing. So we have this housing estate. 1/4 of the households own one car each. Okay, 7/16 of the households own 2 cars each, and 1/8 of the household own 3 cars each. So you look at these 3, 4, 16, and 8. You can see that it's always something of the household, something of the household, and something of the household, right? Correct? So when you have an instance where you understand what I mean, of the household, of the household, of the household. That means 1/4 of one whole, yes or no? Or 7/16 of one whole, 1/8 of one whole. To solve this question, we first need to make them into common denominator, right? Correct. So with 4, 8, and 16, what do you think is the lowest? Very good. So I have actually 4/16 in this case, right? I think it's a bit unclear. I just write at the side. Okay. So 4/16. And what about 1/8? It becomes 2/16. Okay. Now I can start drawing my model with 16 equal parts. Okay. 4 units, which is 1/4. Okay, this is 1 car. Correct? And this is 4 units. Now, I have 7 units that own 2 cars. Two cars, 7U. Yes? And then I have 2 units with 3 cars. Now I'm going to ask you, how many units represent the total numbers of cars, Sky? 16. Next question. How many units do not own any car? Danish. 3 units. So you can see that my model is not drawn to scale, right? I can actually edit it a little bit, okay, to make it more drawn to scale. Three units. And this is 0 cars, right? Okay. So there is a total of 1,680 cars in the housing estate. What fraction of the household do not own any cars? Okay, so to know what fraction is actually 3 over 16, yes or no? Because 3 out of 16, right? So for part A, the answer is 3 over 16. Then the second part is the slightly tricky part. How many households do not own any cars? Okay, you know that 16 units is the total number of households, yes or no? Okay, and then since this is a set type of question, okay? You have 4 households, each owning 1 car, plus 7 households, each owning 2 cars, right? And you have 2 households, each owning 3 cars, and of course 3 households with 0 cars. How much do you get? 20? 24, right? Correct? So I have 1,680. I divide by 24. What do I get? Sorry? 70. Okay? Now, when you get 70, okay? 70 means what? 70 means 1 unit, right? Okay? So, if you have 3 units, it will be 70 times 3 equals to 210. So first answer is 3 over 16, 7. Second answer is 210. Sorry? Yeah, it's okay. Yes? I couldn't really hear you. Hey, come on. Your friend is asking a question. I couldn't hear him. That means something is wrong. I don't understand why is guess and check a mathematical method of solving. I really cannot understand it. From now onwards, please do not show me a single question in guess and check. Either you know how to solve or you don't know. There's no such thing as a guess and a check. Okay? Right? How do you know what's the best value to guess? Right? Please do not use guess and check from now onwards. Okay? It may be a method maybe in P2, but now we are in P6. Everything, we must be able to solve it logically. So please do not ask me about guess and check again. We will not solve using guess and check. The only time we will solve during guess and check is during PSLE, when you have exhausted all your means of solving. You are at your most desperate. Then you'll use guess and check. Okay? Only during PSLE, you'll use your most desperate method, which means brute force, slowly, one value by one value, and check. Okay? I got nothing to say. Okay? But during practice, we always do it the right way. Alright? So, next question. Wendy, stop it. Stop behaving like a monkey. Yeah, so now you want to behave like a chicken. I didn't know that. You mean the next New Year is the year of the chicken? Is it? I didn't know that. Is it dog? I thought it's dog. Yeah, the New Year is going to be a dog, right? Last year was what? Chicken. Okay, so you're trying to send the chicken off? Wendy. Okay. Next question. The figure below is not drawn to scale. Point B lies on the line AC. So you can see where is the line AC. The line AC is here. And point D lies on the line CE. CE. AD meets BE at point F. And you know two angles are the same. BAF. BAF is equals to DEF. So DEF. So what I know is that this angle here, BAF, is equals to this angle, right? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now you are supposed to find angle BAF. Okay. So how do we find this answer? Very simple. All we need to do is to draw an imaginary line from here to here. No, I did draw one imaginary. Remember there's this practice question, we draw a dotted line. I did not stop you. The only thing I say is do not draw 500 lines on the diagram. But because I noticed that y'all were like drawing, wow, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Then I see that y'all were drawing over. Okay, that's what I meant. Do not draw lines. I didn't ask you to draw until you have an entire new figure. That's what I meant. Okay? Right? You misunderstood me. Okay? Right, so I draw an imaginary line from here to here. Okay, so now that I have this imaginary line, remember, another thing I need to remind you. During exam, everything on the diagram you only use. Are you supposed to use highlighter? Are you supposed to use pen? If you highlight, I'll make sure I highlight your lips with the highlighter. You see, that's what happens when you started correction tape. You lose all the vital information. Your diagram has already been edited. Okay? Right, so you do not use pen on the diagram. Okay? Really, please do not. Only use pencil. Okay, let's look at this question. Now I have a triangle, right? You can see here a triangle. And you know that all the angles in a triangle add up to 80 degrees. Very good. Do you see another triangle here? Is this an isosceles triangle? This one, is it an isosceles triangle? Wait. How do you all know that it's an isosceles triangle? When this side is equals to this side, wait. So supposedly this is 98 degrees. 180 minus 98, you get 88, right? No, sorry, 82. 82 degrees. Why is it that I cannot have 40 degrees here and 42 degrees here? Why? Why? Why is it that I cannot have 40 degrees and 42 degrees? Beyond, what's your view on this? Is it isosceles or is it not isosceles? Now, that's what I'm asking you to think now, not that you have done it, then you stop paying attention. That's why, give me reasons. If you think that it's isosceles, give me reasons to tell me why is it isosceles. Clarence. Which one is already isosceles? How do you know CA1 is isosceles? Yeah, it's not drawn to scale, right? They never say that the length of line AC is equal to the length of line CE, right? Correct? So we do not try to make this kind of conclusion. And all these conclusions are actually unnecessary in helping you solve the question. Isosceles are not totally unnecessary in helping you solve the question. Okay? As and when possible, we don't make all those unnecessary conclusions. Okay, so look at this. What we do know right now is that these two angles, it will add up to how many degrees? 82 degrees, right? Correct? Now let's look at this triangle. This triangle. All the angles in a triangle add up to 180, right? First, I subtract off the 40 degrees, am I right? I'm left with how many degrees? 140 degrees. If from 140 degrees, I subtract 82 degrees. Jingjie, how much am I left with? Better be calculating now. Dadish. 58 degrees. Do you all agree? So I know that these two angles is actually 58 degrees, right or wrong? Will I be able to find one angle? To find one angle, what must I do, Daryl? You're not answering my question. I've gone beyond that. You're not paying attention again. That's what I dislike. You don't pay attention in class. You go home, you don't know how to solve, and start to throw tantrum. If you pay attention in class, you have no problem going home and solving it. Stop waiting for your tuition teacher to teach you. So what? The other day, you told me, okay, I prefer my tuition teacher's method. You say you understand better. In the end, during the quiz, what happened? Do you manage to solve the question? You forgot. You want me to throw away everything on your table? The pencil case and everything else? Can't you just stop fiddling with your fingers? This is not the first time I'm warning you. Previously, the paper and the eraser. Just start paying attention. Do you understand? Adriana, tell me, what's the next step? Sky, next step. What divide by 2? 82 degrees. What? No, wait, give him some time. I think he's getting there, just that he got something mixed up in his mind along the way. 58 degrees divided by 2. Sometimes I'll give you a second chance if I feel that sometimes it's because you got a bit mixed up and not because you didn't pay attention. So it's 58 degrees divided by 2. Where's the 58 degrees? I'm going to recap with you. Here is the 58. These two add up to 58, right? So 58 degrees divided by 2, you actually got 29 degrees. So for this part, you know it's 29 degrees each. Okay? Now, EDF will be much easier to solve. I can find this angle first, right? Okay, this angle, what property should I use? Yongqian. In what way are they opposite? What opposite is 98 also? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Adriana, help her. I can't hear you, Adriana. Adriana, speak up. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. You need to speak confidently. Okay, so since you know that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Now, Adriana, tell me what's this angle? $82 degrees. Correct? So since I know that here is 82, here is 29, will I be able to find this angle? So this angle is actually 180 minus 82, which gives you 98. 98 minus 29. So 98 minus 29, what's the angle that you get? 69 degrees. Yes, beyond. You did a longer method. Who is interested in the longer method? Who else is interested in Beyond's longer method? You're not interested, right? Who is interested? Anyone is interested? Yeah, you need to show me personally after the lesson. Okay, but generally we want to be efficient here. We are not interested in longer method. Yeah, then of course, wrong. Yes, Amish? Children, I cannot hear Amish, really. BC, you're saying? BCDF is what? Is a quadrilateral, then how does it help you solve the question? Yeah, okay, and then? Okay, yeah, I can accept that as well during exam. But please write down an alternative method now. Corrections, alternative method. Corrections, alternative method, the one that I taught you. Pencil. Okay, anyone has any problem? So, can we conclude BAF is what angle? Part A is what answer? The second one? Okay, good. Let's look at the next question. Okay, now, for this question, you have a parallelogram, right? Yes? Okay, so this is the parallelogram, and you can see that the parallelogram is divided into two equal parts, which is half. That means this area is half the area of parallelogram, right? This is also half the area of parallelogram. So that means, in other words, area of A plus area of B equals to area of C plus area of D, right? Okay, let's look at the question. That's the first thing you need to understand before you can solve the question. Now, the ratio of A to D is 1:4. I have A to D is actually 1:4. And I have B to C is 2:1. So, just now, I mentioned that A and B, they must add up to be equals to D and C, right? Correct or wrong? Okay? So, now, from this step, how can I solve the problem? Because I know that in this case, this is units. This is parts. So, what can I do? When you say the total, is which total? Okay. Now, children, wait. You are saying that I make the total of A and D be equals to B and C. Then what do you mean? A and B is equals to D and C. But how are you going to make it equal? That's the question. You take B is to C. Let's try. Okay, Clara was saying that we actually multiply by 3. Okay, so when you multiply by 3, this becomes 6 is to 3, right? Yes or no? Okay, now, do you realize that when I add my A and my B, how many do I get? 7, right? And I add my 4 and my, sorry, I used the wrong color. When I add my 4 and my 3, what do I get? Can you see is 7 is to 7 now? Can you see? Because A plus B must be equals to C plus D, right? Correct or wrong? Okay? Araki, are you with me? So, now, next. Given that the area of B is 42, that means 6 units, right? Equals to 42. Find the area of the parallelogram. So, wait. Oh, sorry, I saw wrongly. So, they say that B is 42 more than D. So, B is 6, D is 4, so 2 units equals to 42. So 1 unit equals to 21. Now the question is, what is the area of the parallelogram in terms of units? Jack. Never mind, Daryl will help you say. Daryl, please help him. Hey, can you all face the front? You don't need to look at him. Colin, you don't need to look at him. Daryl, please. Answer my question. What's the use of being physically here, but your mind is not here throughout the whole 1 hour? Leroy, answer. Ernest, answer. Wait, let other people have a chance. Ernest, waiting for you. Don't need to raise your hand, okay? Unless you're asking questions. Ernest, tell me the answer to my simple question. Adriana, 14 units. Jingjie, can you tell the class what's my question? I asked, what is the area of the parallelogram in terms of units? It's a very simple question, which we could have gotten from here. Okay? 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3. You get 14 units, right? Yeah. Leroy, do you understand? Or are you lost already? Leroy, do you understand what is happening? Because we changed the ratio, right, from 2:1 to 6:3, yes or no? Why do we need to change it, Leroy? Why do we need to change it? Why do I change from 2:1 to 6:3? Shows that you're not paying attention. Not that you don't know. Ernest, tell me. What difference the same? What do you mean by difference the same? What difference are we looking at? Because I don't see any difference. Ernest, explain yourself. You mean when we look at the difference between A and D, the difference is 3 units. It makes a meaning in this question. Is there a meaning in this question? Leroy, Ernest, this question copy out 10 times. Monday. Do you understand? Understand? Now, can someone please explain to Leroy and Ernest why is it that we need to change this to 6:3? Can someone please explain? Parents, please explain to them. Because A and B is equals to C and D. Not suppose, it must be equal because you're cutting the parallelogram into half. Okay? So, 7 units for AB must be equals to 7 units for C plus D. That's why we need to change the units. Understand or not? Who does not understand, please clarify now. Who does not understand? So I can set a test regarding this, right? Yes. Not just this. I will set a test on the CA1 itself, the last year's paper. After I've gone through, finish this, the tough questions, I'll set a 10-question test on this. Okay, so you all can understand. Okay, let me continue. Please let me continue. Okay, so I want to solve for A, the area of the parallelogram, which we know from what Adriana told us is 14 units, right? So it's 21 multiplied by, which is equals to 154, 294, is it? Okay, 294 cm squared, which we can write our units later. Find the difference in the area of A and C. A and C, what's the difference in units, Vikram? Two units, which we also know from the first part is 42, right? Yes? So the first answer is 294. Second answer is 42. Anyone has any questions?